Good morning, everyone. Today I am planning on, I'll be opening my advent calendar and doing some baking and hopefully some knitting later today. Yesterday's Vlogmas was a little bit different. It was kind of difficult to film with all of the kids home, so hopefully I'll be able to get a little bit more videoing in there. But also yesterday when I was taking the box spring off of the top of my truck, I was loosening the zap straps that you used to tighten down and hold it so that it doesn't fly off on the highway. And when I loosened one of the zap straps, I lifted it's like a buckle, and you lift it up and then you squeeze the top up and you squeeze the bottom down. And I did that. I had squeezed the bottom down, but I hadn't squeezed the top up yet. And when that happened, I squeezed it down, the buckle slammed down, and it hit my middle finger knuckle. So I'm pretty sure there's some interior damage in there. I have a doctor's appointment for tomorrow. It hurts when I bend it, but other than that, like, it hurts when I touch it. So it's, I'd say it's probably broken. But it's not broken in the knuckle. It would be broken at the bottom of the knuckle, I think. Because if I touch below the knuckle, it sends shooting pains. So I'm gonna get it. I have an online appointment with a doctor tomorrow. I didn't want to go into emergency because there's a lot of COVID patients going into our hospital right now. There's a really big wave happening in the communities around here. So I don't want to go into the hospital unless I absolutely have to, and I only want to go in if I need to go get an x-ray. So I booked an online appointment, and that's going to be tomorrow morning, and I'll find out what the doctor says there, and then if I have to go get an x-ray, then that's what my day is going to look like tomorrow. So yeah, so now I'm going to go and open my advent calendar and then find some baking to do. So let's go. Oh, it's brownie. Oh my goodness, that looks so good.
Okay, now we need to...
And this is what? Peppermint bark?
Yeah.
So today is day 6 of the advent calendar. Here it is. So the thing from yesterday that looked like this was actually part of my advent calendar. So this is another thing of its jasmine tea. It's really cool. So this is the one for today. The one from yesterday was green tea, but it's full of tea, which is super cool. Ouch. I'm using the wrong hand. So a little jasmine tea. I'm very excited about all of the tea that I'm getting because I really love tea. And it smells like chocolate in here because they're making peppermint bark. So it's all melted chocolate. It smells so good. Okay, so here's number 6. Oh, and it's another koi goo. This one's a primarily like blue purple one. It's so pretty. I need to come up with something to make out of these because I really want to knit something. Oh, and everybody, something I did today is I went online and I ordered a knitting machine. I actually ordered 2. I ordered one that will do socks, and I ordered one that will do hats. Hopefully it does socks. It might do. I could probably do gloves. Oh, that really hurt. I could probably do gloves with it, or I could do. I talk with my hands, so like. That's hard. Yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to do some socks with that, and then Christmas knitting time I'll be able to like crank out some things instead of just knitting some things, because this has thrown a wrench into it. I can still knit, but I feel like I need to stabilize it before I go back to knitting. I don't know, I might splint it and then get back to knitting, because this is my hand that I use for my tension. And last night I was able to knit with it, but I just had to move it really slowly. And so it hurts every time I bump it. So the kids are busy baking. They started when I wasn't even in here. It smells so good, like chocolate yumminess everywhere. And I think I'm going to try and make some shortbread cookies today. I think that's what I'm going to make. So let's see how that goes. I've come out to go and get a splint for my finger. So I am just picking a mask because I have to wear masks. It's mandatory, but also it's kind. So it's a snowman mask for me today. So glasses wearing problem is that these things fog up like crazy. So I usually end up, I didn't have to do it this time, but I usually end up having to put my glasses on my head so that they don't fog up. I ended up I got some Epsom salts because Epsom salts are so good for you, and a lot of people are low on magnesium, which they don't even realize. And Epsom salts is a really good way of getting magnesium into your body. I know, public service announcement. A really good way to get magnesium into your body, which helps you sleep, alleviates anxiety and stress, and it also reduces inflammation. So I like to have Epsom salts in my baths all the time. And I picked up some Christmassy nail polish and a nice little top coat. And I picked up some Epsom salts as well. And then I got this really cool little finger splint. So I'm going to stick that on, and hopefully that will reduce the banging around of the poor finger.
Fudge brownies and cake brownies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And then the other half was cake brownies, and then we realized it was really chunky, so we drained out the milk.
Picked up a splint for my finger, and it definitely works, but not for knitting. So I have to take it off while I'm knitting because of where my yarn runs across my finger. But because I don't move that finger, it's okay. But I do have an online appointment booked with a doctor for tomorrow morning. So it's a video appointment, so they'll be able to take a look at it and order any sort of tests I need done if I need an x-ray or anything. But let me tell you what the kitchen looks like. It is a complete disaster. With the kids did a ton of baking, and I just let them have at her. So there's like melted chocolate stuck to bowls. Like it was melted and then it hardened onto the bowls because they didn't rinse them right away. So there's definitely kitchen cleaning that needs to be done today. And I don't know if I will get to making shortbread today, just because they're also playing a game, and part of the game is when they lose, they chose this themselves, that if they lose, they have to put 2 dishes in the dishwasher. So that's what they're doing. So it's taking a really long time to fill the dishwasher, and they asked me not to fill it because it's part of their game. So I'm just patiently waiting for them to lose enough that the dishwasher's loaded, we can start it, and then I can do the shortbread. So maybe that'll happen tomorrow. I'm not quite sure, just because of my doctor's appointment. We'll see how that goes. But with shortbread, I don't have to use my fingers. I'm just going to use my blender and rolling pin. And then so that should be good. And I have gotten a little bit of knitting done, not a lot, but oh, you guys, I don't know, how do you like my sweet colored nails? I need to clean up around my fingers because I'm really bad at that, but they're painted and they're very festive red. So but I just started watching The Mandalorian. I know it's been out for a little while, it's on season 2, but I started watching it today and I'm on episode 2 already and I love it. It's so, I really enjoy Star Wars. I've seen all of the Star Wars and so this one's really, I'm really enjoying this one a lot. And yeah, so if you haven't watched it, you should check it out if you're into Star Wars. If you're not into Star Wars, then, you know, watch Downton Abbey or something. But if you like Star Wars, it's pretty good. Okay, so I'll check in with you later. It was a pretty good day all in all. We had a very nice relaxing Sunday and I hope you did too. And I will see you tomorrow.